You know our next guest from her longtime role on the soap Santa Barbara, and then fighting crime on dramas like Profiler and Sons of Anarchy. Well, now actress, screenwriter, and director Ali Walker is taking on the role of author with her debut novel, The Light Runner. Welcome to California Live.
Thank you so much. So nice to be here.
So excited to have you and chat with you about this book. It's so exciting. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
You started writing it 10 years ago.
Right.
So tell us about the evolution of The Light Runner.
So everybody's like, why did it take you so long? Well, it didn't really take me that. Okay, so here's what I did. 10 years ago in like 2015, I wrote a pilot for The Light Runner. Yeah. And then I wrote a couple of episodes. And in 2017, I sent it to the platforms, and I waited, patiently, and I pitched it in Europe. And I was thinking, somebody's got to pick this up. And I don't think I was very good at explaining it or something, because nobody picked it up. Yeah. And I was just like, oh.
You're like, Ali, we're just not sure about this.
They were like, what's it about? No. But so I thought, then I just sat on it for a while, and I was like, oh, bummer. And and then around, I guess it was when COVID hit. Yeah. I had finished my other film, and I decided, you know what? I'm going to go and write a book. Yeah. So I never, and I thought, I didn't tell anybody. No, I didn't tell a soul. I didn't tell my husband. I didn't tell anybody. I was just like, I don't know that I can do this. So I'm going to go, and in my spare time, I'm just going to start writing. And because I've written a lot of screenplays, and I've fixed friends' screenplays and other people's screenplays, and I thought, you can do this. So there was definitely a learning curve. And then I actually had a publisher for it. It was supposed to come out in 2023, but the publishing house went under after COVID. And so I just worked with my editor and got it out this year. Okay,
so you've had 10 years to work on your elevator pitch on what it's about.
Oh, God, I'm so bad.
So now you can explain to me, what is it about?
Now you will see why I failed selling it.
You can do this, Ali. I know you can.
Oh, my God. Okay, so it is about a young psychiatrist just out of her residency, Dr. Ella Kramer. And she gets her first patient at Bainbridge Psychiatric Hospital, where she works. And it's Captain Oliver Haskell, who's a war hero running for the Senate. And his wife is murdered in the parking lot of this biomedical firm she works at. And so as Ella begins to treat him, he's so, depressed and horrified. He checks himself in. They're worried he's going to commit suicide or something, unfortunately. And so she starts to listen to his story, and slowly but surely her past begins to unravel. And then the other patients at the psychiatric hospital start telling her what's real and what isn't, and how reality really works.
Oh my gosh.
And at the same time, there's a detective who's following the case and trying to figure out what happened. And he's listening to his guts, and much more than he is to his head. And he's starting to go, what went on here? And so there's this parallel thing coming together at the end. And you kind of don't see it coming, which is really fun.
Yeah.
But it's trippy, and all the people in the psychiatric hospital, they're like schizophrenics, people with bipolar, with mental illness. But I've turned those illnesses into their superpowers. So they're all it's kind of a superhero story.
Oh my gosh.
Actually.
Okay, so you started it obviously as a screenplay.
Yes.
You wrote it into a book. Do you want it to get adapted into a film? Because it sounds amazing.
I would love it.
I feel like I would totally want to read this.
Well, go tell somebody.
Guys, can we make this into a movie now, please?
Yeah, I think we're going to try to now, because it's gotten really great response from readers, which, it's terrifying going out there and being like, look, it's my first book. That's why I did everything like, it's okay if you don't like it,
Yeah.
But it's gotten a great response. I've got, Goodreads loves it. Everybody loves it. And I'm just like sort of shocked.
Well, it definitely sounds like an amazing thriller, and you get to learn so much about the characters, like you're taking the layers off of everything. Okay, so you said there was a learning curve. How is it different from screenplay writing? Like, what's the process like for writing?
So I write,
novel?
So I write very visually anyway. I mean, that's one of the comments that all the reviewers have said. It's very cinematic, because I see I see them as scenes. So my chapters are very short. They're scenes, and I just keep tripping them through. So I have a lot of chapters, but they're very short chapters.
I love that though, because it feels like you're actually moving the story along.
Exactly, and I
sometimes when a chapter's too long, I'm like, oh, when is this going to end?
That's how I feel. That's how and you end up ultimately putting the book down.
Exactly.
And I just thought, no, I'm just going to keep it moving. And so it moves like a freight train. It just really does. And I thought, so screenplays, you really you give more to the interpretation of the actors, of other writers coming on the series, say, or something like that. The director. This is just all you, and you just go, this is what it is, this is what it is, and this is what it is.
Well, it sounds fascinating. So you've done acting, directing, screenwriting for such a long time. Now you're writing, you're an author.
Why not?
You've done it all. What's your favorite?
Well, all of them, really. I mean, I've always been a writer. Yeah. Even when I was on Profiler, we lost the head writer, so I was rewriting and helping with the writing. They were lovely to me, and I got to rewrite with them and stuff. I like writing an awful lot, but I really love acting, too. I love acting. I had so much fun as an actress.
Now, when you were explaining the novel, you were, like, getting into it.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, my gosh, what's going to happen?
I'll act it out for you.
I know. I'm like, now you have to do the audiobook. So what's up?
I'm going to, actually.
Oh, my gosh, that's amazing.
Yeah,
now I'll definitely have to read it first, and then I'll listen to you like, this is exactly how I envisioned it.
Oh, good.
Okay, so what's next on your bucket list? You've done it all.
Well, I'm going to... this is going to sound so crazy. I want to sing.
Oh my God.
Don't make me sing right now. I'm not ready.
Do you sing?
No.
This is where you and I need to team up, because I do not sing, and I'm always like, la, da, da, da. Oh, we're going to take this on the road.
Yes, lady.
Jess and Ellie, stop. Just stop. I love it. Thank you so much. Broadway, here we come. Right here. We are set for Broadway. All right. Well, Allie's book, The Light Runner, in the meantime, you should read that. It is available now wherever books are sold, and then you can watch us on Broadway. Thank you.